Hey guys, how is it going? Wow, a lot has changed since I recorded my previous video. It just seems like things are accelerating at a rapid pace with this COVID-19 pandemic. And every day you just see new pieces of news that are even more intimidating and scary than the day before. So everyone, I want you to grab some of your emergency chocolate. I have some of mine. And we're gonna chat about everything going on. Let's chat about my thoughts on things, how I'm feeling, how many of you might be feeling. Sound off in the comments. I mean, let's just make this a community thread where we talk about where we're at, our thoughts, ideas. Are we scared about the future of our businesses? I know my business model is gonna have to shift a little bit, or a lot bit, in the next few months. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about all the things today, everything. When I first heard about the news of COVID-19 from China, I remember thinking, oh, that's, a little scary. I was worried for China and its citizens, and but usually like these things fizzle out, like these things happen, sicknesses happen, and they don't directly impact us as profoundly maybe. I mean, I know for those that have immunocompromised family members or friends, it always is a scare when something's going around, even the flu, right? Usually this stuff doesn't impact me directly until now, and everything just kept escalating so quickly. We were told it wasn't a big deal. We were told it would only impact senior citizens or people who are in an older age group. It was super mild. It wasn't even as dangerous as the flu. We were told a lot of things, and then all of a sudden things escalate and stores are shut down, NBA is over, March Madness is over, schools are shut down. And initially for us it was a 2-week period, and now it's gonna go on a month and a half to 2 months, and then they're gonna reassess. And I'm just preparing myself for it to be the end of the school year and to just plan on having my kids go to school next year, because I think school might be over for us. And more reports that we're hearing from the WHO and from the CDC are things like it's going to get worse before it gets better. There's just a lot to process. I'm worried about, of course, the health ramifications of this, but also the economic ramifications. And the stock market is going down a lot and is jumping all over the place. And my husband and I, we do invest. I mean, we have a 401k. My husband and I have investments, and I'm sure many of you do, and we're watching that go up and down, and it can be a little scary looking ahead at the future and what that's going to look like. But also, you can't control the future, right? It doesn't do any good to look forward and to have anxiety about what's to come, because we just have to take each day as it is. And that's something that I've learned over the long run. Okay, so aside from all of that, I mean, my schedule, I'm going to talk about my life and my schedule right now and what it's looking like. I am now a full-time teacher to my kids during the day. And homeschool, our teachers are communicating with us very well, and I applaud them. They are doing such a phenomenal job. They are updating assignments. They are interacting with the kids every day via Zoom call, and it's actually like the cutest thing ever to see my kids interact with their classmates on the computer. We were able to check out Chromebooks for my kids from the school, so they have their own little laptops, and we've started our new routine, which involves a lot of hands-on time with me. Luckily, my master's degree is in psychology, but it's housed in the education department as well. So I was trained to be a school counselor before I became a mom and chose to be a stay-at-home mom. So I'm lucky that I have worked in education for a long time before I had kids. Still, I never taught elementary school. I did mostly counseling, so I talked with kids of all ages about their problems, issues, things going on, and I absolutely loved that. I talked about college, I talked about getting into college, their credits, all of those things. But still, I am familiar with education and I am passionate about education. So I'm liking working with my kids. But at the same time, of course, like that changes up my life quite a bit, and my work time has to be shifted to the evening. So my husband and I are juggling kind of our kids and how we can best serve them and spend time with them. I teach them during the day, and my husband works here in the office just around this corner. He works in the office, and it's actually been a good setup for him. I'm so glad he was able to get a setup going there so he can work from home. We are incredibly blessed that he can do that. And During the day, I watch the kids and I teach them and we go through their curriculum. We have a pretty set schedule that's pretty jam-packed. So on top of that, to then juggle work has been a real challenge. And again, I pretty much shoved it to the side and said I'm prioritizing getting our schedule for homeschool up and running, making sure the day with the kids is at least structured somewhat. They have been handling it so well so far. I have to applaud. Kids are so resilient and they're happy and they're joking, and I'm just so grateful that like my kids don't seem to be super impacted yet. They are really young. They're only 5 and 7. So I'm really grateful for that. I tend to also be in charge of meals and meal planning, and we're working with pantry items because we're trying not to go to the store too often, and the store is out of so many things, so that can be a little stressful. So I spent the last 10 days, really 2 weeks even, just preparing and planning and getting our schedule down at home. Now I feel like it's down enough where I can focus a little bit on work again. But the question is, where am I going to go get inventory? What am I going to buy? Because I can't go to thrift stores and I can't go to yard sales, garage sales. It's a little tricky right now. So what I'm doing, and I'll just share with you guys, I still have car parts in my garage. Some are unlisted. So there's a few that are smaller that I just listed the big ones at first. I've had these for almost 3 years now. It's been 2.5 years that I've had these car parts, and I love them. They've actually been a great source of income for me. But I just went through and I inventoried a bunch, and it turns out I have quite a few that I can list on eBay or relist, and I'm really excited to see those continue to move. Again, they're not like the craziest moving things. I sell them pretty frequently. They're not like flying off the shelves, but car parts tend to be a need versus a want. So when someone needs them, they click and buy. So I'm really grateful for those. So I actually have a bunch of car parts I'm going to be listing, and I have a bunch of inventory that I am going to be listing that is just unlisted. So I have stuff to keep me busy probably for the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to have to start thinking outside the box, because I can only go through all of my inventory so many times and relist things or retake pictures or whatever so many times before I'm out of stuff. I need to put new stuff in my store. So that's where I'm just going to focus on shopping online, finding some liquidations, testing those out. I'm also going to be contacting people locally, people who maybe want to sell their eBay stores, have a lot of inventory, want to get out of this game, or are looking to make some extra cash, and I'll come buy their items. But there is a ton of opportunity online, and I do want to take advantage of that. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm also going to be doing that for Amazon, because Amazon is a part of my business model, as you guys know. And right now, I have to say, with Amazon, a lot of Amazon sellers are seeing record day after record day, and they're selling things that are just normal: video games, consoles, board games, puzzles, things that people just really need right now. And because Amazon has restricted any shipments other than household items, people have no competition really right now. Not a lot, because no new shipments are coming in. So they're having great days. So I would say diversify if you can. I mean, it's hard now because there's not a lot of places to go to get inventory, but there are always opportunities. And that's something that I want to drive home more than anything is, please don't get discouraged. There are always opportunities out there if you look. And if it means you have to pivot, that's okay. You can pivot. It's never too late to pivot a little bit and to just jump into something new. I actually have other projects that I've been wanting to work on for a long time with regards to my business that I just haven't ever made the time to do. And I thought to myself, this might be the perfect time to work on those projects and to finish them and to make them great. There's items that, I don't want to talk too much about it yet, but just things that I want to create that are my own. Products that could help children and families. That's something that I've always been passionate about, and I have just so many ideas that I've just never had time to really flesh out, and this could be the perfect time to do that. Because I do believe things will go back to normal one day. I do believe in the summer, things will go back to normal. I'll always be able to thrift. I'll always be able to source. But I may not ever have this time again where I can focus on these other projects so exclusively. Those are my thoughts. Yes, it's overwhelming. If you do feel overwhelmed like me, please just take it day by day. So I just want to share that. It will be okay. If you can work through this, and if you can experience this kind of adversity and push through, you will be successful. And these kinds of things are truly what shape us. One of my favorite podcasts is How I Built This. Guy Raz talks to all these amazing business owners about how they grew their business, and every single one, without exception, overcome some kind of adversity, and this could be our moment. This is the adversity that we're going to overcome, and we're going to figure out a way to push past this and through this. Really, if you think about it, e-commerce is the best place to be right now because people are shopping online. They can't go to retail stores. So if you've taken the time to build up an eBay store, a Poshmark closet, an Amazon account, whatever, that's going to really benefit you because people are shopping online. They cannot go out. So with regards to sales, when all of the news broke about quarantines and places shutting down, my sales took a nosedive. I had days where I had 0 sales. Well, one day, 0 sales, and I couldn't believe it. But then I sent a ton of offers to watchers. So my sales did this. They nosedived, and then I sent around 200 offers to watchers, bulk offers. You can do that in your listings. You can send bulk offers to watchers at a certain % off. And then I had a huge day, and then things have been steady for me since then. So I saw an initial nosedive, things upticked, and then now they're a little steady. It's still off and on. Some days are really good. Today was a really good day. Other days are less so, but I just know that staying consistent with listing, maybe finding products outside of your niche. This is the time to list things in your home. Things like video games, consoles, anything you have sitting around, people want them right now. For example, Nintendo Switches right now are at $473. They retail for $300. So people want Nintendo Switches because they're bored, they're at home, and they know they're going to be quarantined for a long time. Video games. Used Switch video games are going for almost as much as brand new. So this is the time to shop your house, clear out the stuff, get everything listed, declutter, and for all we know, that could take long enough that when things reopen, you'll be ready. You might have been able to hold your sales steady enough to come out of this and begin thrifting and finding things again. So those are just some thoughts and ideas. I would love to hear your ideas down below, how you are pushing through this. Okay, so that's all I want to share with you guys with regards to that. Just stay strong, stay focused, and look for the opportunities. Always look for the opportunities because there are always opportunities out there. One of my favorite poems ever that I actually memorized as a young girl, it was my grandfather, who I never knew actually, but I was told it was my grandfather's favorite poem, was Is If by Rudyard Kipling. And in that poem, he says, if you can watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and pick them up with worn out tools. And that's exactly what we're being faced with right now. If you're watching your store crumble, if you're watching your business crumble, your life crumble a little bit, just know that you're not alone if you have to stoop and build them up again, because that's all part of life. It also, in that poem, it also says if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. I love that because it's so true. Triumph, disaster, no matter what, if you work hard and if you focus and you are committed and dedicated to making your business grow, to making it work with homeschool, to realizing any dream you have in life, you can do it. And I don't mean to become like a motivational speaker right now. That's really not my aim, because I'm not one. But I just want to share that with you guys. I truly believe that with my whole heart. Meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. And you will come out of this. We all will. So this video's gone longer than I thought. So I'm actually going to leave my thoughts here and do a full what sold video in my next YouTube video later this week. But I just want to share that with you guys. I hope that you know that I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I hope that things are going okay. I pray for your families, for your health. Please stay safe. Don't risk your life to go find things, and let's social distance. Let's be in this together. And most of all, I do believe we will get through this. And e-commerce has been a huge blessing in my life, and I'm very grateful for it, especially at times like this where I get to run my business from home. I'm especially grateful that my husband gets to work from home right now. To anyone who is on the front lines with their service in the health industry, you have my prayers and my heart, and I just think you're amazing. Thank you for all you do to sacrifice and keep us safe. And yeah, thanks you guys. That is my message for today, and I hope that it helped and it was just from my heart. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more reselling related content. I know this didn't touch on it a ton in this video, but I hope the next video we'll get back into reselling and what I'm selling and how I'm doing things, and maybe even vlog some of my life as a quarantined homeschool mom who runs a business. Should be interesting. Anyway, take care you guys. I will catch you next time.